tubers, welcome back to Maxwell Star's Beer Reviews, and it's time to sober up with a light beer. Alright. Hey there, beer tubers, welcome back to another episode of Maxwell Star's Beer Review. Tonight, we're going to take a look at a beer that was kindly donated to me by the Fuzz. He loves this beer for some reason, and why not? It is a Canadian beer. We're taking a look at Molson Canadian 67. 67 calories in one little bottle. Molson Coors Canada made it. No preservatives. Right from John Molson to your home. 1786. 3% ABV. Yeah. Right. So, I've been putting off reviewing this for a very long time. This has been in New Brunswick liquor stores for years. I don't remember exactly when Molson 67 first came out. I did review the Sublime. It was one of my very first beer reviews. I think it was like number 3 or something. And that was a beer that I think Neely liked it more than me, but that should tell you something. That's going way back in my channel. Anyway, this was kindly donated to me by Fuzz because I haven't had a chance to review it. And I think at this point of this recording, I have reviewed their Sublime and I've reviewed their Tangerine Twist or whatever it is. And it's finally time to take a look at the original. So, without further ado, let's pop the top off of this brew and see what I think. Yeah, I'm still here. So, very, 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 very pale. One finger of soda water like head. Not even soda water. I guess soda water really doesn't have head. Soda water has head, but it dissipates really quickly. This is at least having a little bit more head retention than soda water, but not much, because it is dying off. Now it's a half a finger. It's about to break through the surface. There we go. Anyway, I wouldn't say this is a beer that really is going to retain its head anyway. It's only 3%. And besides, any sort of head retention they can add later with chemicals, so that's really not a vote of confidence in a beer this light. You can definitely tell she is a light beer by looking at it. Now, despite my opinion over lagers and really light lagers, and even lighter lagers like this one, a lot of people love this kind of beer because of its 67 calories. I mean, what can you say? I mean, even as far as being a big fan of craft beer or interesting beer, I'd say like one of the best options you have for a great tasting, low calorie beer is Guinness. And even Guinness, I think a pint of Guinness is still going to have like 100 and some calories, which isn't bad. But this is 67 calories. This is the biggest feature of this one, but essentially it's watered down Molson. So let's take a look. It's not much to say. Let's give this a sniff. Oh, I get a light, faint note of corn. Corn, cereal grains, all kinds of other ingredients other than barley. Soda water. Oh man, it doesn't smell all appetizing really. It smells like vegetables or something. I mean, light hints of like white corn or something. Not a lot. It doesn't really smell like much. Let's put her down the hatch. Cheers. Well, what did you expect? Smell carries into the taste. I get adjuncts. I get light amounts of corn, maybe some toasted grain, sweet, a subtle sweetness that would be indicative of using rice or something. It's slightly floral sweetness. Other than that, you got to take into consideration this is intended to be a low-calorie beer, and in that respect, it accomplishes that admirably. The mere fact that the flavors aren't great, but the mere fact that there's flavor at all, at being this low a calorie count and this low ABV, is an accomplishment in itself. But I'm not going to say that you deserve a trophy for that accomplishment. I'm not going to do what Errol Harlack did. I'm not going to toss it over my shoulder, especially considering it get all over the curtains back here. But it's not going to be what I would say is my favorite beer. It's not bad. It's not great. I'm not even going to give that a passing grade. I'm going to give that... You know what? I've probably given worse beers lower ratings, but I'm going to say 2 out of 5. Just because it's not bad for what you get for a low-calorie beer. I mean, if your back was up against the wall and you needed to really desperately lose weight, I'd say drink water. But I mean, if you really wanted to have a beer, this is really not a bad option. But I can't ever see getting to the point where, in order to drink so low-calorie beer, that I would desperately want to drink this. I mean, just like I said beforehand, I would say I would drink Guinness before this. I love Guinness. I would drink Guinness before this. I just wouldn't drink as much, and that way I would get the equivalent amount of calories. So there's other ways to get a beer that tastes great and low calories. Because, I mean, usually when you drink a malty or sweet craft beer, you're going to get a lot more calories. But with Guinness, you get a decent tasting beer and a lot higher in calories, but not that much higher. Rather than drinking the swill. But kudos to those who like it. I mean, if you like your light lagers, if this is the kind of beer that you like, then really it's not a bad choice, I guess. But it isn't what I would consider my choice, and I wouldn't recommend it, really. I'd drink water if I were really desperate to save calories. And I usually do. So yeah, 2 out of 5. Thanks for watching Maxwell Stars Beer Reviews and Molson 67. We'll talk to you folks later. Cheers.